Hello guys, you're welcome to the channel. My name is Habib, or Pilot Habib if you would. So in today's flight, we're going to be discussing the steep turns and why students struggle with steep turns. So first, what is a steep turn? So the steep turn is a maneuver where you make basically a 360-degree turn using a high bank angle. So a high bank angle is usually considered anything more than 30 degrees bank. So this maneuver is basically there to help you actually push the aircraft sort of to its limits, and it's there to help you as a pilot develop your coordination and able to like divide your attention so you can pay attention to details. So basically, the main reason why a lot of people struggle with the steep turn is because normally when you're turning the aircraft, the lift vector is divided into two. So basically, if you're straight and level, you have one lift vector, which is the vertical lift vector. So when you start turning, that vertical lift vector gets divided into two. So you get the vertical and the horizontal lift vector. So the horizontal lift vector is basically what makes the aircraft turn. So when the vertical is reduced, it creates a sinking feeling for the aircraft. And that's where a lot of people struggle with the maneuver, because they don't know how to arrest that descent. So the main thing we're going to be talking about today is how to arrest that descent. There's two major ways to actually practice the maneuver. I'll try to show you both, and then you could pick up on whichever one you feel is more comfortable for you to actually perform the maneuver. So the first method, I'll just purely hand fly. I'll make sure the aircraft is trimmed out for a straight and level flight. And then the major factor you want to look out for is after you establish that 45-degree bank, which is the standard for the private pilots, you want to make sure you actually pull back on the yoke. So pulling back on the yoke, this is the yoke right here. Pulling back helps you arrest that descent. So once you do that, you want to make sure your nose is on the horizon the entire time. Whenever you do that, it will help you maintain your altitude throughout the entire maneuver, and you'll be able to actually successfully pass the maneuver according to the FAA standard. So I'll disconnect my autopilot here and show you guys how to hand fly the steep turn. So first, ideally, you want to pick a reference point outside, and you also want to pick a cardinal heading. So right now I'm heading westbound, so I'll just stick with my westbound heading. And I'll trim my aircraft here for a straight and level flight. That way, when I start my bank, I'm going to know how much back elevator pressure I need to apply. Now I'm trimmed out. So in order to start the maneuver, I want to make sure I have my reference point right there, and then my west heading. So I'll occasionally look at my instruments to make sure I keep my orientation, and I'll look outside for the most part of the maneuver to make sure I keep my reference with the horizon. So try to keep my altitude here, and I'll start by establishing a 45-degree bank, keeping the nose up and adding a touch of power. So, making sure I'm looking outside, keeping my nose up right there. Looking at my instruments to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. I keep the nose up throughout the entire turn. Nose up, right there, just cutting through the horizon. I'm coming up on my point. I slowly start taking out the bank. I push down right there. I roll out on my initial heading. Back there, I'm on my west cardinal heading. Oh, that was perfect. And I'm still at my altitude of 2,300 right there. So that's how you do the steep turns. Or, you account for that descent with a back elevator pressure. So I'll do another one to the, I'll do the steep turn to the left-hand side to show you guys how you would want to perform the steep turn. Left-hand side, so you want to start by adding a touch of power and establishing that 45-degree bank. You want to make sure you pull. So this is the key right here, is just pulling the nose up to make sure you maintain Horizon. The nose on the horizon the entire time.
West, sorry, to the south of Lake Ashby at 2,800. Actual touch there.
My nose is on the horizon, coming around the turn. And I'm coming up to my west heading. I roll out and I reduce some of that excess power that I have. Right there. So that's how you do the steep turn. And so if you have any questions, make sure you leave your questions in the comment section below. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.